All right, Shalom, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadaj, Toba honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the tabernacles of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and wherever you may be, wherever you may be. Shalom, Yasharah, Shalom. All right. I'm gonna speak briefly. This will be very short. On this video here. Okay. Short clip. It's all but 2 minutes long. And you probably saw this if you tune into my world news segments, you probably saw this somewhere in one of those yesterday post, all right, of world news. Okay, so what they're talking about here, all right, is caught my attention there. So let's let this play real quick.
You have a long memory. We have a long memory, and may our relationship continue to endure. We're going to continue to grow our defense industrial base. We've supplied munitions that were previously not supplied, that are useful in eradicating radical enemies, and we are...
You hear how they talk, but we're not on either side, but the way they talk, man, that are useful in eradicating, all right, enemies, all right? Who are they talking about? They're talking about, those Palestinians there.
Committed to continuing to do so.
I truly believe Israel obviously has no greater friend than the United States. And I think the United States has no better friend than Israel. It's an ally that perhaps is different from many of your allies because we have no compunction about fighting our enemies by ourselves.
You hear what he said? He says, no compunction, whatever that word means. I'm not going to look it up right now. But about fighting our allies by ourselves. What do you mean? Fighting your enemies by yourselves. Well, I thought there was a NATO and the EU. Okay. But that's what's going on right now. You hear Trump making threats against the European Union. All right. Basically against all their allies. All right. He's saying things that are against his own allies. All right. So, and then you have Benjamin Netanyahu, all right, who's speaking on basically the Palestinians, all right, where you have, the Gaza Strip and all the action that's been taking place over there, okay? So, but what do you mean by yourself? And as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Because what do the scriptures say about these people? I'm going to pull it up on the screen. The least of the flock. And it's in two different places. Should be Jeremiah, both in Jeremiah. Yep, Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom. Who's Edom? The so-called white man. All right, Amalek are those Israelis over there. Just another branch of Esau, Edom. They're all Edomites at the end of the day. And his purposes, all right, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Who's the least of the flock? Amalek. Benjamin Netanyahu and all those Israelis over there, that's the least of the flock. Who are they going to draw out? All right. Babylon the Great, America, the West, into different wars, all right, against different countries, all right. And America is then their own job of slowly turning their allies against them. And that's all according to prophecy, all right. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And then when you get Jeremiah 50:45, it's the same thing there. It says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Babylon. All right. But in Jeremiah 49, it says taken against Edom. But here it says Babylon. All right. So we know Edom can be interchangeable not only with the people, but also the land, which is what? America. And Babylon the Great is America. All right. And then it says, and his purpose is that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Okay. So here it says, and his purpose is that he had purpose against the land of the Chaldeans, which were what? Those ancient Babylonians. All right. Ancient Mesopotamia. All right. The Babylonians. Okay. So it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, because the Lord is going to destroy, the state of Israel. All right. He's going to wipe that out. All right, to purify those lands for the Israelites to come back home, the real Israelites, that is, to come back home. All right, and America will be destroyed in World War III. All right, because of their stance in this earth. All right, which is the handing over the earth. Also, it having Israel as a so-called ally. All right, more so, Israel is just backed up by America, right? It's not even a real ally. They're not even real allies. But anyways, you can call it ally. All right. Well, yeah, the least of the flock is Amalek. All right. The Israelis. And America is the one that's going to be driven out, drawn out, I should say, and made desolate along with them. Both places are going to get wiped out. All right. One to purify the land for the Israelites to come home, and one utterly and completely and never to be built up again, because desert creatures are going to live here. All right. And that is America that we're speaking about. All right. So yeah, but it's how they speak. Let's go back to the video. Let's play it for you again.
We're willing to shoulder the burden of our defense. Israel obviously has no greater friend than the United States. And I think the United States has no better friend than Israel. It's an ally that perhaps is different from many of your allies because we have no compunction about fighting our enemies by ourselves. We're willing to shoulder the burden.
So he's basically saying that whoever we're willing to fight, our allies are afraid of, or some. I don't know exactly what he's going at about that. All right, but he says unlike all of your allies. All right, because we spoke about America has the NATO, the EU. Okay, but look what by way of Trump, being set up as his puppet position. Look what's going on with that.
Of our defense, but by confronting the forces of radicalism and terror and the forces that are anti-American at their core. They call you the great Satan, and they call us the small Satan.
They call us what? The big Satan. He said they call you the big Satan, and they call us the small Satan. All right. And speaking on Edomites in general, Russia, Putin in the game, I think it's them who has a big missile called Satan too. All right, Satan and Satan too. Okay, these are Edomites, man. You can't deny that. All right. The devil the Bible speaks of, the wicked the Bible speaks of, those that are as death that the Bible speaks of, the vessel of wrath that is fitted for destruction. All right. Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, and afterwards he sought it carefully with tears. Right? Esau, Edom, man. Okay, and this dude, Benji here, all right, he's Amalek, all right, and the scriptures say that I will have war with Amalek for generations. Let's pull that one up. Get back to this. Matter of fact, let's see what comes up. We just punch in Amalek. How many scriptures will come up? Amalek. In the Hebrew, the name is Imalak, which means dweller in a valley. And they used to dwell in the valley of Basra, all right? Yep. Numbers 24:20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt. Look, First Chronicles, the sons of Eliphaz, Teman, and Omar, Zephi, and Gatam, Kenaz, and Timnah, and Amalek. All right, I'm pretty sure Kenaz sounds familiar. Teman, all right, we just mentioned that. Okay, these are the dukes of Edom. All right, Genesis 36, man. So you see the name Amalek is in a lot of places, man. Okay. All Old Testament. Here, let's get that one. 25:19, Deuteronomy. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. And Amalek is still here today. And the Edomites are still here today. All right. Because the Amalek are Edomites. All right. And when Zechariah, let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't want to really go into it. I just want to see if I can mention something real quick. I can't remember what chapter it is. Man, where he says, I shall make Jerusalem a burdensome stone. Okay, behold, yep, Zechariah 12. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And the Lord's not going to fight for those over there now, right in that land, because those are not the real Israelites. Now, we may have some of our people mixed up among them, but we're talking about the bulk of them. Those are not the real Israelites, right? The ones who the Lord is going to fight for are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? And those are the remnant of that nation of Israel. All right. It says, and in that day I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And we know they're fighting over our land, which is why eventually the Amalekites are going to get wiped out too. But as of right now, those Palestinians are getting their business, okay? Because they're all trying to fight over a land and all have been living, all right, in a land that doesn't belong to them. They've been living different heathens together in our land. What is that at? I thought that when the true Israelites go home, there's going to be no more war and so on and so forth, and we're going to be separated from these heathens, man. So there's going to be no more war, all right? And we're separated from these heathens. How are you living amongst these people? That goes to show you just another of many small examples that those people are not the true Israelites, man. Okay? It says, in that day, said Yahweh, I will smite every horse with astonishment and his rider with madness, and I will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah and will smite every horse of the people with blindness. All right. And it's not talking about actual horses, man. This is the modern day warfare, all right? Modern warfare, like it says in Call of Duty. Modern warfare, all right? Those are jets, planes, boats, ships, tanks, all right? Choppers, submarines, and so on and so forth, all right? So he's going to jack up their electrical equipment, smite these men with shell shock, make them shell shock, and so on and so forth. All right, he's going to really do a number. All right, on these armies of the nations, man. He says that in 2 Esdras 13, they were sore afraid, but yet durst fight. He also mentioned that how he would wound the head of many countries. I will wound the head over many countries. Psalms 110:6, he shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. Yeah. And speaking of those dead bodies, he said there's going to be a great supper, the feast. How is it worded? Because those many countries are all these different nations. The Lord's he's going to, it's like he says in Zephaniah 3:8, wait ye upon me to the day that I rise up to pray. For my determination is to gather the nations. All right. Assemble these kingdoms down at the valley of Jehoshaphat. To plead with them. Plead means judge, man. That word in Hebrew is shapat. Destroy these heathen nations, man. Okay, but you got people speaking of love. You got no cap baloney running around trying to twist the words of the Israelites up to make it seem like something and make us seem attempting to try to make us seem like hate groups and we're speaking evil and this and this and this and that. All right, but what about your own people? All right, we didn't even have to go into your history. Just look at the things that are going on now. What about your people? You see? But you're not speaking on those things. You're busy chasing the skirt tails of him that is a Jew. All right, yeah, let's read that one again. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound their heads over many countries. All right, and the main one to be completely, utterly destroyed is America. All right, the big Satan. All right, as Netanyahu just said, the big Satan, and over there, those Amalekites, they're the little Satan. All right. But they're all Satan, which means adversary, okay? And they're adversaries of the Lord, right? When you go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it mentions all those adversaries of the Lord, man. So if we belong to the Lord by default, these heathen nations are our enemies. They're our adversaries. They cut us off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance. Yasharallah, okay? Excuse me. I was going to get this one supper of, I think it said of the great God. Well, actually, not in the blue letter, so we don't have to correct every word here. That's what I like about this book. Also, he has the Apocrypha, so blue letter does not have. All right. So it says, and I saw Revelation 19:17, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God. All right. Let's see what context is around that. Yeah, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. So those even that took the micro C hit. All right, because he says, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. That's talking about against Yahushua and the holy angels. But as I was about to say, because what am I refreshing? Almost lost my words there. Yeah. Yeah. Because after World War III, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies, and all these vultures and stuff like that. All these fowls, they're going to come and eat on these dead bodies before. As we go to Ezekiel 39, I'll make the point before this goes down. All right. Let me find the verses here. It says, verse 11, Ezekiel 39:11, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea, and they shall stop the noses of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Hamon-Gog. Yeah, because Russia is that backbone, the bear. It's the big bear on the opposite side of the Americans and the Amalekites, right? But they're also Edomites. It says, so the Lord's going to destroy them as well. In 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying of them, that they may cleanse the land. But we know that we're not going to be doing that. One, for one, salvation has come, and two, all right, the priests aren't to be around these dead bodies. So if we're going to be holy unto the Lord, and this is going to be fully holy, because now the transition of the new bodies has been made, we're definitely not going to be around this. We're going to be giving out orders, Lord willing, we have the number. We're going to be giving out orders, but we're not going to be anywhere near any of these battlefields, all right? We're probably going to be up in a chariot, okay? Or maybe, actually, I can't say exactly because we're going to come back down to the earth. But however it's going to play out, all right? We're definitely going to be around taking part in any of those dead bodies. Like, we're going to be walking around and say, yep, you group do this and you group do that while we're walking through the midst of the dead bodies. No, absolutely not. This is going to be priests now, priests and kings, all right? So they're not going to have any part in dealing with those dead bodies, man, okay? There's going to be orders given out as a chain of command. But let's continue to make the point. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and there shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, said the Lord Yahweh. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through, right? Because it says, the house of Israel be burying of them, that they may cleanse the land. All right. But who's going to do it? Not us. It tells us who it's going to be. And they, meaning us, shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. See? And the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it to the buriers. Right? It says bones, right? Because of the supper of the great God. All right. Most of these bodies are going to be picked clean by these animals. So there's not going to be much left. Right? Eyes going to be picked out. All right. Tongue's going to be eaten. Okay. Bodies eaten from the inside out. Okay. So on and so forth. So, if anything is left, it's going to be body part pieces. All right. But more than likely, most of these bodies are going to be, damn near pit clean. All right. By these fowls of the air. It says, and the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamon-Gog. And also, the name of the city shall be Hamona. All right. Thus shall they cleanse the land. All right. And it says in Numbers, let's get that real quick. I'm going back to the video. Spirit is moving. I expected this to be shorter, but it's okay. Is it 23, 20? Actually, no, it's not. I think, is it 25? Let me see here. I think I'm thinking about something else. Yeah, Numbers 23. 23 is a whole different verse. I was thinking of, yeah. Yeah, no enchantments against Jacob. I'm thinking of, is it Leviticus? No, it can't be. Hold on. Bear with me. Let's see if we just pull it up real quick. By the blood that, I think it says shed it. Bear with me. Okay, Numbers 35. I was in the ballpark. I was right with numbers. Numbers 35, 33. Yep, beautiful. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. I just wanted to get that one real quick. Let's go back to this video, though.
We just stand in their way. But you are their great, and the forces that are anti-American at their core. They call you the great Satan, and they call us the small Satan. We just stand in their way. But you are their great enemy. By confronting these various...
And it says, you are their great enemy. Why is that? Let me get one real quick. Why is America the great enemy? All right. Because of that. Because they are the hammer of the earth. And what did the scripture say about the hammer? Jeremiah 15:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right. Let me see here. Yep. See, go against them, the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekah, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. See? It says those who rule the nations in anger. How is it worded, man? Uh, is that in Isaiah 14? I don't think that's the one. Or is it? Yeah, I believe that might be in Isaiah 14. It might be further up. Yeah, I think it was definitely further up to the top of the chapter. Yep. Let me see here. I believe this is what I'm looking for. Verse 4, Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Here at America, and stemming back to these banking families. Said Yahweh had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. You see, the big Satan. All right? The hammer of the earth. How is it cut asunder? It's destroyed in World War III by missiles, man. By missile fire from all the nations, including their allies, man. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sing, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. You see? How the hammer of the earth been cut asunder, man. All right? And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Look at the allegiances that's being made. Different countries making nuclear capabilities and things of that nature, right? So America is no longer just the only one, and they're trying to block Iran right now from building a nuclear missile. All right, shows you that they're fucking hypocrites. Okay, you want to stop them from building nuclear missiles, but you want to build nuclear missiles so you can threaten the other nations, man. All right, okay. So it says thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and that's why the Lord, that's not why, but there's many reasons why the Lord is going to destroy America in World War III. But, that's one of those many reasons, man, the hypocrisy. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Okay? So there, you have it, man. All right, let me just go back over here.
Enemies, we're not only defeating those who wish to attack us, but those who wish to attack you as well. And therefore, our victory is your victory. We're well ahead and
Our victory is your victory, right? The least of the flock shall draw them out. All right? Basically saying, you guys fight for me. Okay? Because Amalek ain't gonna rise up and fight for America. America can fight its own battles. But if needed be help, America's definitely got to rise up for Amalek. All right? And that's happening.
In the pursuit of our war goals that will give security and peace.
I would just say to the question of Gaza, the definition of insanity is attempting to do the same thing over and over and over again. And as the president and prime minister pointed out last night, the president is willing to think outside the box, look for new and unique dynamic ways to solve problems that have felt like they're intractable. So we look forward to more conversations about that, creative solutions to that. And as the man tasked with leading the Defense Department here, we're prepared to look at all options, as we've said.
All right, so we're gonna stop that one there, and I want to get rid of him. Hold up. All right, Satan cast out Satan. It's Matthew 12:24. It says, but when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doeth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. You have Edomites versus Edomites going on right now. Or not going on right now, but, the tension in a sense, right? Because you got America, then you got Russia, all right? Edomite countries. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. You got Edomites versus Edomites, so the Edomite kingdom can no longer stand because this is the end, of that particular prophecy concerning these nations, man. All right, especially in particular Esau, because he's the last heathen to be in rulership by way of prophecy. And in this, all right, I mean, as a matter of fact, I think the scriptures speak about how his end shall come through himself or something like that. I forget exactly how it's worded. His end shall come through him. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I be Beelzebub Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. All right. Let's see if I can find that. I don't know if I'll find that one. Him or them. I just forget exactly how it's worded. I almost want to say that's in Job, but I don't really know. So I'm not gonna play a guessing game here. That there. Let's see. That's there. End should be. I don't know. I'm trying to find it. I don't know exactly how it's worded. I don't know exactly where it is. But anyways, the point is made. I'm not going to spend all day looking for one particular scripture because we're closing it out. But yeah, you hear these things, and it wasn't, a major lot. Let's see, look at all those scriptures there, those pages. Wow. Definitely not. So yeah, you get the point. You get the gist of the video, man. All right, and where they're speaking, all right? So, we're coming upon that time, man. Jacob's trouble and World War III went all over, and hey, the great time of testing, right? But, everything, is moved by the Lord's prophecies, man. So that's what we're waiting and watching for these prophecies, man. But I thought it was very interesting what was said here at this little meeting there. All right. So I don't have anything else for you. We'll leave it at that. Lord willing, you will edify. To next time, y'all going to say shalom.